Alright, here's how I build a full metro station in Minecraft. From empty ground to a finished realistic stop. Let's get straight into it. Here we can see the current state of the station. The tracks have already been placed. As we are playing with the MTR mod, the next step is to place the platform blocks so that the doors can open. In my case, I am not placing them all the way to the end, as otherwise the driver's door would open. Next, I select a few blocks for the platform. Since this is the Tor der Freiheit, translated Gate of Freedom, I will also base the design on the gate. As the place will be very busy, I have widened the platforms to 11 blocks for higher capacity. The design process can often take a while, as I haven't built here yet and am spontaneously seeing what I like. For the outer block, I used a placeholder with wool, as my individual block will go there, which I will then chisel. Before I do that, I want to decide on the shape of the station. Because of the Gate of Freedom, it will be a very special station, so I have imagined a rounded ceiling for the size. The problem is that I will be very close to the water, but I'll manage that. This is what the shape looks like now. Next, I'll continue with the outer walls and tunnel portals. For the walls, I'll use the design from the gate's base. If you're interested in the rest of the city and how it has developed so far, feel free to check out the Schlachheim Stories episodes and the accompanying speed builds. I'll extend this to the other side so we can see the overall picture so far. Then I'll add the tunnel entrances with the path into the tunnel, as well as the mirrored doors and railings for the path. On the outside of the wall, of course, I'll use my own tunnel design with the cables still attached. I'll have to build the whole thing 4 more times. After I've finished that, for now, I continue with the basic design for the ceiling. First, I want to refine the shape a bit with blocks, like slabs. Then I'll add the design on top. After a few attempts and ideas, I found a good design, but as you can see, it takes time, of course. After that, I started chiseling to finish the platform block. Of course, this also takes time and can lead to lags, but overall, I'm happy with the result. Before we decorate and finish the station, we first have to build the entrances and elevator to have an exit to the gate and to other streets. As you can see, I have an elevator ready at the entrance, and I also have to build another one for the platform. I'll start with a small bridge that leads to the platform, then I'll connect it to the upper distribution level. You can see the problem with the water here too, but with a little effort, everything will be dry again. Then comes the connection down to the platform. Of course, stairs alone are not attractive, so I still have to build the walls, ceiling, and lighting. Here you can also see how I'm building the second elevator from the distribution level to the platform. And of course, there are problems with the water again. After finishing the construction, it is complete, and we can return to the station. The walls and ceiling aren't bad at all, but it looks copied and unstable. To prevent this, I'm going to install a kind of strut and repeat it a few times to add variety and stability. With the additional lights on, I think it looks pretty cool. Now it's time for the station name, which I'm copying and placing further along the wall. As you've probably noticed, it's pretty dark on the platform itself. The light on the ceiling is actually meant for this, but since it doesn't work that easily in Minecraft, I'm using light blocks to simulate this effect. Now we have an elevator at one end, and at the other end, there will be a staircase to a new distribution level, with one exit in the north and one in the south. Stairways for the north will be added when the city's ready. We're almost done now. All that's left to do is decorate and take it for a test drive. That includes the displays, seats, trash cans, emergency call boxes, information boards, vending machines, and more. Before I finish the project, I want to see what the station looks like in action. If you want to see more stations like this, write it in the comments and we'll build the next one right away. Subscribe if you don't want to miss it. Thanks for watching.